Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me okay, Caitlin?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Professor.
So when you enter the room, it automatically mutes you. If you just click on your picture or just put the cursor over your picture and go to unmute, um, that way I can hear you. Okay. And if for some reason your computer isn't picking up your voice and I can't hear you, then we can type in the chat feature. Okay. Um, but with that, does anyone have any questions about the start yet, or any questions at all about the semester, how things are going to be run?
Where are we getting the book again? I think you mentioned one of your emails. I just can't remember which one.
Just stopping in to say hi.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I kind of joined late. I'm not sure if you said something else.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's try this. Yes? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, sorry.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you all. How was your break?
It's good. It was nice.
All right. Do you don't go anywhere? Do anything fun?
Just worked the whole time, but yeah.
Where do you work?
I'm a lead at biology.
One of my favorite places.
Yeah. Well, hopefully,
Yeah, I mean, what's there not to like about pizza, right?
right?
Does anyone have any questions about the class? Anything that I can help with right now? Or is it pretty much pretty intuitive right now?
I'm trying to figure out how you get the book, but
Okay, so you can get the book?
Yeah.
Okay. That's to be expected. I mean, that's why I don't have you read any chapters from The Best We Could Do yet, because I want to give you time to get it. A lot of my students in the past have gotten the ebook, and they really like it because you can annotate within the ebook, and and then maybe like copy and paste those annotations later on into a Word document, or you can do screenshots of your annotations and things like that. So it works out pretty well. Yuan,
Hi.
is that you making all the noise over there? Sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay. I just hear lots of papers rustling and things like that.
Yeah, I just print out the syllabus.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. So besides not getting the book, is everything going okay so far? I know it's the first day. It's like the first, what, hour of class. So good. Hey, Donna. Let's see. Okay. We have a few other people joining us now. Hi, Noor.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So I just want to make clear that these advice hours are really meant for questions that you might have, things that that aren't clear with the assignments, anything that I can help with in terms of the readings, the assignments, or if you just want to pop in and say hi and chat, that's fine too. But they're not mandatory. So don't feel like you have to show up every single time I do advice hours, okay? If you want to, that's great. By all means, show up. But I don't want you to feel like you have to, right? Want to make that real clear right from the beginning, because I don't want you to feel like pressured to show up during advice hours when you don't necessarily need to, especially if you don't have any questions, you don't have any concerns about the assignments and stuff like that, okay? I try to make my online classes as asynchronous as possible, which means that you're doing all your work by yourself on your own time. So I don't do a synchronous meeting like we have to meet at this specific time on this specific day where I lecture and stuff like that. I like to put everything online, keep all that material there for you to do on your own. And then I'll field any questions as we kind of go along. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, virtually everything that we do in class is asynchronous. I think it's a really powerful way to do online.
Okay.
Because then you can do your work at your own pace, whatever you want to do, as long as you get the work done by the end of the week. Okay. I know I've had that question many times, and there's kind of an interesting debate actually going on right now between synchronous and asynchronous teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those who prefers, if you can do asynchronous, it's better. It's much more beneficial to the student, especially. So. Okay. Question?
So for online class wise, like most of the time it's going to be kind of advice hours, or are you doing like lectures as well? 'Cause I think I missed that part. No. So
No, if I do any lecturing, it will be a video
okay.
where I'll upload it to that week.
I see. So everything will be like on Canvas of what to do and assignments. And we could just email you, right? Like if we have any other questions or.
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like I missed like the first part or something. I don't know.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. But I also want to reiterate that there's the Q&A forum as well. You'll see the Q&A forum right under the buttons for the weeks.
Okay.
The Q&A forum is for you to ask a question in the discussion board so that other students, if they have the answer, can respond and talk to you and give you the answer to that question.
Okay.
Because oftentimes the students will be able to answer the question faster than I can, because I can't be online 24/7, but chances are somebody's going to see it before I do. Or if I see it before anybody does, that's fine. I can answer it in the Q&A forum. But that way everybody sees it, right? so that we all get to answer as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Okay.
Okay. But you can do both. You can ask the question in the Q&A forum and send me an email. That usually works best. Because if I answer the question in my individual email, what I'll do is I'll copy and paste my response to you in the Q&A forum so everybody sees it. That way everybody gets to answer. Sometimes people don't even realize they have that question until you ask it.
Yeah.
And
So it's
then-
like preferably on like the discussion board to like show everybody else, answers. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, if you ask a question in class.
Okay. Makes
Everybody
sense.
gets to answer. Yeah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Hello, everybody in this English class. I've never taken an online class before. This is actually my first time even using Zoom. So I don't know where to begin.
Well, you figured it out, right? You're here.
Well,
It took me a while. Trust me.
Okay, good. It's going to take me, I actually never even had Wi-Fi in my home until coronavirus. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, now we have.
Yeah, it's kind of pushed us all online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're there now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, did you have a question, Sarah?
I do have a question. So I don't know if I go on my, so I'm on my web browser right now, and I go to the English website. Well, are we kind of doing the classes based off of this syllabus site that you send us the link to?
Yeah. So the course outline, the course schedule is in the syllabus. Yeah. So that's what we're following throughout the semester.
Okay. And do we use Canvas too, or it's just everything's through this Weebly?
No, it's so all the assignments are housed in Canvas.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to send you, because you couldn't access Canvas until today.
Okay.
So I wanted to send you the syllabus ahead of time so that you had a head start if you wanted.
Okay. So I also will find information on Canvas for this class.
Yeah, so that's where the class is housed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That answers a lot of my confusion.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to make mention too that I'm recording the Zoom meetings, the advice hours, so that I can also make this available for everybody, so that they can get their questions answered through the advice hours as well. Okay. Is that okay? I hope. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
All right.
I was like, oh.
I do my.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, maybe.
Fine.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. So we have to read, I saw the syllabus, I read it, and we have to read the book. And I also saw other links. So the links, do we also have to, I just want to make sure I understood correctly. We have to annotate those as well and turn it in too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So for this week, it is the syllabus that you're annotating, the logic models reading, and the Socrates reading.
Okay.
And then next week it will be Plato, Bacon, and I think it's chapters 1 and 2, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think so.
So whenever you click on the assignment, so if you click on annotations 1, you'll see the things that you're supposed to be annotating. Okay. So when you click on the annotation or assignment, it will list the things that you're supposed to be annotating.
I found it. I found it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you get there, Sarah?
Yep.
All
Got
right.
there.
Nice.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
Our advice hours. So also I am starting a new job this week, and I need to tell my employer, everything is online. The classes, they don't have official times. Are advice hours mandatory every day, or do we have a meeting time specifically?
No, most of our class is asynchronous, meaning that you can do that work whenever you can.
Okay, thank you.
So advice hours are here for your help. They're to assist you in the class. They're not mandatory.
Okay, great.
Okay. Oh, were you here for the discussion on the Q&A forum?
Nope, I'm sorry. I was
Okay, so
in the Zoom.
no, that's okay. If we have to reiterate things, it's not a big deal. So there's a question and answer forum right under the weeks, the buttons for the weeks in Canvas. What I would prefer us to do is ask questions there, as well as email me your questions so that everybody can see them in the Q&A forum.
Okay. Good.
It tends to work out really well that way because a lot of times students will be able to answer that question a lot quicker than I can.
Okay.
So. How's everybody been handling this whole coronavirus thing? Is it? Yeah, good. Glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing like Animal Crossing stuff. Oh, wait, what's it?
I was homeschooled my whole life, so this was normal for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Work life was just a little different because I kind of saw how many people had to be let go. I think nearly 11 of our workers had to be let go. So that part was like kind of harsh. But other than that, like life has been like family life has been pretty cool.
Okay. Good.
It's good.
I know right at the beginning, I think it was kind of scary for everybody, but it's kind of become, I feel like it's kind of become the new normal, right? Like it's like, okay, we just have to be a little more careful around other people. And,
the new normal. No.
well, for as long as we know anyway, right? Well, so Sarah, what's so bad about it as the new normal? I'm curious.
Everything. Everything.
I'm sorry if I misspoke or.
God, this morning I went to Party City and I just walked around because like Michael's, the craft store is like closed. And so I was waiting for Barnes and Noble to open. So I just walked around like the Party City next door and it was so nice just like looking at all the fun like crafts and just thinking about people actually getting together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Also the phrase the new normal, like that just sounds like, how do you even have a normal? Like, is that even a thing? Like, how can there ever be such a change? I don't know.
I think one of my last assignments in English 1A was like, how would you feel like life would be different around after Corona? But so that's pretty interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. So what was your response to that?
Well, my response was, I feel like we would, like, if give it time, it would go back to pretty much the same thing. Because I don't know if you guys remember, like, something like this happened in, like, 2005. And it basically had, like, the same rates. So if nothing changed much then, like, I don't feel like people would take, like, drastic actions right now. We'll see, though. We'll see.
So 2005, was that the avian flu or SARS flu?
It was this.
Oh,
it was like, yeah, I think it was either 2003 or 2005. I can't remember exactly. But, yeah, it was basically the same like virus. It's just different name.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I think you're talking about SARS. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not a medical professional. I'm an EMT.
Okay.
So just like a little information from the medical field, all of these like diseases like the MERS and SARS, they're all just like a respiratory virus, and they're all kind of, they start as the same thing and then it evolves kind of like the flu. So we're just on like a unfamiliar evolved version of it. There's a lot of viruses in our human population, and eventually we're probably going to find a way to, get this one contained and aid our own immune systems to better handle it with time. So I think things will level out. Like in the EMS community, they don't take it super seriously. It's like our joke because we all are like, okay, we're just gonna get it anyways, so whatever. Yeah, it's out there. It's been out there, but now it's just a mean one. A mean one is here for us.
Yeah.
Where are you in EMT, if you don't mind me asking?
So I'm like brand new baby EMT. like brand new baby.
Yeah, two of my
Um,
friends are venture too. So
Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't, it's interesting. It's interesting. Right now I'm not working, but I have an interview in San Diego on Wednesday. And then in San Luis Obispo, I work as like a geriatric caregiver,
okay.
kind of in this weird,
Mid-ground.
yeah, guys.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What about you?
No, I just work at biology. I make pizzas.
Gives me professor the any trick he won't get in. Do you want to allow he get in?
Oh, and so allow people into.
The chi he want to she want to get in the meeting.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sorry about that. Too busy talking. I didn't see somebody trying to get in there. All right. Hi, Lee.
Oh, I had a question.
Yes.
I think I left during where you were talking about the book part.
Okay.
I don't know, something about it. Like, so do we purchase like a hard copy of the book that you wanted us to get? Wasn't it like the picture?
The best we could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. So
Oh, there it is.
you could purchase a hard copy, or you could get an ebook version of it.
Okay.
All
right.
It's up to you.
You just buy it on like Google, or like is there like a school website that you have to go through?
So you could buy it through the campus bookstore if you'd like to. But there's lots of other ways, right? So half.com or Amazon or there's no like edition that I prefer over another. I think there is only just one anyway. So yeah.
So we could get either or, like the ebook or the hard copy, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either's fine. Yeah.
I think the hard copy on Amazon is like $14.35. It was $18.99 at Barnes and Noble, but if you use like the membership, it was a little bit cheaper. And if I have a membership, if you guys want to use the discount.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, it's $18.99 there.
Yeah. Yeah, with the books, I try to stay away from textbooks because they tend to be really expensive, and I can use the same stuff, that we would have in a textbook online anyway. So the only cost for books is the best we could do, and under $20, that's not too bad. I feel like so.
And is our final going to be an essay?
Yes.
Okay. And is that going to be also like on our own that we turn in, or okay?
Yeah. So the only kind of quote unquote timed exam will be the midterm. You'll still have a few days to do that. So and then the other 3 essays are, you have from now until the due date for essay 1. There's like a couple weeks, I think, for each one. So we have time.
Okay.
The summer is abbreviated. I try to, mitigate that problem as much as I can, sort of building up to the essay due dates with things like the proposal and the discussion boards. So you're kind of building material as you go along. And another thing about the essay is, if you get a rough draft of that essay going and you feel like, I'm having a little bit of trouble kind of generating more material, or I don't know if this thesis sounds okay and that sort of thing, you can always send me a draft and I'll give you feedback on that draft. So don't feel like you're alone in the whole writing process. If you get a draft going and you want me to take a look at it, I'd be happy to. Okay. That goes for the proposals too. If you want me to take a look at the proposal and give you feedback as well, I'd be happy to do so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the first proposal is on the 14th, right? That's the first one is due.
I believe so. Let me double check that. Let's see. Let's go back to our. Is that somebody's fire alarm? The chirping. Yeah, the 14th. So let's see. Let me show you. I'll just screen share with you real quick. So yeah, the proposal one will be due before midnight on Sunday. So right at the end of this week here. It's one of the, that's another good thing I think about online classes is that you can, have these due dates whenever. And I want the proposal to be the last thing due this week because everything else kind of leads up to that, I feel like. That's the biggest thing this week. And then the fallacies video, you can kind of watch whenever. I just want you to kind of familiar with fallacies, fallacies of thought, fallacies of logic. These are like the top 12 or so fallacies that I think are pretty common. And then this is kind of an extra credit thing that I put together for Plato. So yeah, let's see. Let's go back. There we go. Yeah. So one of the things with Plato is that he was very different than Socrates in terms of his approach to teaching. I think the allegory of the cave is really good in terms of like trying to find truth and understand that you see illusion, but Plato was very much for creating illusion. Actually, the philosopher king would do that for the betterment of the greater good or the city state. So Socrates was much more of let's all come to know the truth together. He had a much more humble, rather than like I am in contact with the divine and I'm going to tell you about about the truth. Let's all instead Socrates was like, let's all learn this together, right? And so I guess by mentioning that, I want you to know that I take a much more Socratic view than a Platonic one. Okay, so oh, Christian's trying to get in here. Okay. Our group is growing.
Yes.
Hey, Christian.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up?
Not much, just chatting. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just, got my day started. Showed up 30 minutes late.
Oh, no problem.
Cool. Is anybody else on here?
Yeah, there's, let's see, about 12 other people.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
So, yeah, Christian, it's not mandatory to show up to advice hours, but I'm glad you're here.
Right.
No, you're not late or anything. Don't worry about that.
Awesome.
Did you have any questions about the class? Any concerns so far?
Nothing huge. Just came to kind of tune in.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, I think for me, I got a few of my questions in, so I'll review back on the video when you post it on Canvas or something.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you if you don't want to watch the whole 2 hours, that's fine too.
Yeah, okay. Because I feel like the point was everything's on Canvas, you know, and if I have any questions, I can always come back and ask.
Yeah, so one of the things that we can do with these Zoom meetings too is if you have a draft, again, like if you have a rough draft or something, we can kind of workshop that together in Zoom. So you just saw that I can share my screen with you. I did that so I can show you this is the possibility, right? So you can share your screen with me too, and we can kind of go over whatever it is that you're working on in your paper.
Perfect.
And everybody can kind of see it and give feedback and that sort of thing too, okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
And I'll see you guys again next Zoom. Bye.
Have a great rest of your very windy.
You too. Thank you. It was so awkward. Okay. Bye.
Bye, Donna. Anybody else trying to get in? No. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the last of my questions too. Thank you for the Zoom meeting.
No
And definitely join again for some rough draft help. So thank you.
Ishmam?
Yeah, Ishmael. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good to talk to you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay.
Hi, Professor.
Hi, Yunli.
I have a question. I'm confused about the quiz because I read the reading paper. Some of them is has very long. I need to spend more time on reading, but I don't know the quiz. If I didn't go to the details of the reading paper, so how about the quiz? Can I get the full points of the quiz? And
Yeah, the quiz isn't going to ask you sort of minutia stuff. It's going to ask you things that are important. And you can take it as many times as you want. I didn't put a limit, I don't think, on how many times you can take it.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Yeah, I mean,
I just worry about that because I took your English 1B class last semester.
I remember.
And I dropped. I emailed you.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it happens. You have your reasons. That's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, the quizzes are just to kind of check in and get you thinking about what you should be learning, right? So it's not to take away points from you or something like that. It's just to check in and make sure that you're learning what you're supposed to be learning.
Oh, I feel relieved. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. The quizzes aren't scary. Don't worry.
Thank you.
In fact, nothing about this class is supposed to be scary, okay?
Okay.
You have lots of help, okay? So don't worry.
This might be a silly question, but how do you want us to annotate our syllabus?
Okay, so as you're reading, I just want you to take notes on the things that you think are important, things that might stick out to you, things that are surprising, things that you might have questions about. The whole idea overall with annotations is that as you're reading, if you have questions, I want you to bring those questions to class, right? So if you want to ask that question in the Q&A forum, you can ask it there and people can answer that question, give you feedback on it. In the discussion boards, if you're responding to the discussion board question and you have a question on the reading, you can ask it there as well, and we can kind of come to an answer to that question in the discussion boards. So the annotations are just to kind of front load what we're going to be doing in the class. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Especially the syllabus, right? Like, if you have questions about it, I want to know so it's clearer, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Are you taking any other classes over the summer? You are? Okay. What other classes?
take chemistry
Oh,
and Chinese one.
and what? I'm sorry.
And the Chinese.
Oh, and Chinese. Wow. That's a rough. That's a lot over the summer. How's it going so far? I mean, so you've taken your chemistry. Have you gone to your chemistry class yet?
Yeah, the class start today also.
Okay. Have you done any work on the chemistry class? Not yet. Okay, just kind of introduction stuff. Okay. So, who's your instructor for Chinese? Is it Jin Lu?
Yeah, do.
Okay. Yeah. She's great. Yeah. Anybody else taking classes other than this one?
I'm taking another English class,
Oh, okay. What's that one?
7A creative writing.
All right. So is that Cardinale, Talacro,
It's
Picklesheimer,
Robert Jones.
Jones? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Ian. Yeah. Okay. Other classes?
I not I have gerontology. Gerontology. I don't know the word until I take the class.
All right.
Is
Talk to
that
Sarah.
like
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah.
Gerontology?
Yeah. Taking
Oh,
gerontology. Yeah.
cool. I'm auditing a calculus class. That'll be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's teaching that one?
Rob Kopp.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be my third time in my life I've sat through a calculus class, so I'm a little done with calculus.
Does he still have that really big beard?
I don't know. I have yet to meet him on this
Oh, okay.
Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 He was a new hire at the same time I was, so we were in the same sort of cohort when we were hired.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really excited.
Yeah. He's a good instructor.
Sweet. Yeah, I've actually, so I passed calculus. Like calculus is already like on my transcript twice, but I'm like starting over college after like 4 years of not doing college. So I just want to like refresh calculus.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Nice.
Sort of for your own goals.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, because I don't want to attempt calculus 2 right now after not doing derivatives for 4 years. So.
Yeah. Deriva what?
Deriva who?
Yeah. So what is your career goal, Sarah?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I want to be a physician assistant.
Okay.
So I went to UCLA for chemical engineering, and then I left and I traveled, and then now I am attempting a biology degree and I'm doing that this summer to start, but it's complicated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gonna take this class and try and like meet some people and get really involved and hopefully find books to read, lots of books. If anybody's reading cool books, definitely let's talk about them. Yeah, I have a book. I want to share a book. Does anybody else here, does anybody in this class like to read like for fun, funsies? Fun books? Kaylin? What are you reading? Who's reading what? Let's
Yeah.
talk.
I want to talk about that. Yes, please.
Yeah, guys.
I'm reading a book right now called Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, is that Tony? No, who?
No, you know what? Let me see. I forgot.
Who's the author? That's a highly recommended book.
It is. It's one of the New York Times bestsellers. Let's see. It's on my phone. So, Delia Owens.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of starts out really slow and lulling, and then it kind of picks up about halfway through. It's about this girl named Kaya. Her name's Catherine, but everybody calls her Kaya. about her experience kind of growing up in the marshes of North Carolina. And it's really interesting. Yeah, it's a really good book. I'd recommend it.
We should do. Is any okay? This is like a question for the general class. If anybody wants to do like book discussions or like book club, like on the side, or like
I'm down.
Yeah.
What are you reading, Kaylin? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm actually reading a few books right now, so it's not like just.
What do you read?
Mostly rereading books, like Percy Jackson, if you heard of that. Harry Potter, and a book called Hush Hush.
Cool. What's Hush 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 Hush? Sorry.
It's kind of just like about a fallen angel.
Cool. I'm reading, I don't know where it's at right now. I'm reading a book called, I don't know where I put it. It's called The Honey Bus. It's about this lady, and she tells, it's her biography. I like biographies. She moves to California with her mom as she's going through a divorce, and then her mom is like very depressed, and she finds like her peace through her grandfather's bees. And so I'm in like the very beginning of the book where, you know, she's just kind of going over the whole divorce situation, and the little girl's, you know, talking about this really strong family connection with bees. And it's really cool because it's like combines a lot of, you know, natural science, but also like the psychology of it. And then this book is awesome. It's like a self-help kind of book, but I would really recommend it. It's called Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. They're both Stanford professors, and they teach a design class. They're like both engineers that teach a design class, and they just kind of talk about their ideas of like fulfillment and how to like apply these different concepts to your life. And it's just a really cool book. And if you read it like with your friends, it's even more cool because you guys can all like do the exercises and like talk about it. And like if anybody wants to hop in on that, our little book club is on the second chapter. So if you want to join,
cool.
Book club.
What was the book called again?
It's called Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett. It's so good. Like it's so good, and you should just read like one chapter a week and like just do the exercises. Like get a journal and read the book and just like love it.
Oh.
Yes, love it.
Oh, we have someone else joining us here. You and Lee, was that your daughter in the back?
Yes, she.
How old is she?
She holds my cat and asked me to play with her. So.
Yeah, that's if my wife was not watching my kids, I think my daughter would be busting down the door right now.
Yeah,
So.
I can control kids sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
How old is your daughter?
6.
All right. Good age.
It's a lot of distraction.
Yeah. Pearl, are you there? She's trying to join us. I was wondering where'd she go? Well,
guys, I'm gonna go.
Doesn't look like she can connect. Okay. All right, Sarah.
See everybody.
Talk to you. Yeah.
We'll do, if you have, yeah, okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, Sarah. I expect she'll join us again. So. Caitlin, have you had to write anything yet for 7A?
No, but I'm gonna have to today.
Okay.
Today.
What's your first assignment?
I'm not 100% sure actually. I have it written down right here though.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I don't think he told us yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
called like the story hour he put.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is it Xiaoling? Did I say that right?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Just want to make sure
Mhm.
when I address you, I say it right. Okay. I like your background.
Thank you.
Is anybody doing anything fun over the summer?
I'm doing my senior project.
All right.
So this is my last year in high school.
Okay, good. So it's kind of like a dual enrollment thing for you then, huh?
Yes, I'm trying to get as many classes done as possible. So when
Smart.
I go to university, I'm ahead and I can start with my major.
What is your major?
Well, I want to go into biology,
Okay.
and then later I want to become a doctor, but I'm not exactly sure which kind. I'm still deciding.
Okay, good. It's tough, right, to choose pediatrician, neurologist. What I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different things, interesting things to study.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm also thinking like for the future, if like one day I have a family, I need to provide. So it's been difficult because I keep switching, and I don't want to be like that. But I mean, if I want the best for myself, then I have to decide.
Yeah. Are there any specific areas, any specific parts of the body that you find completely fascinating?
I think the heart.
Okay.
I wanted to do sports medicine at first, and then I wanted to become a gynecologist, but I'm still not sure.
All right. Yeah. Good. I think if I wasn't an English instructor, I'd probably want to go back to school for neurology. I think that the brain is really interesting to me.
Yeah, and it's very like not complicated, but there's a lot, and it's very difficult. You have to really study that very hard.
Yeah. They're just basically learning. I mean, we've been in the dark for so long about the brain and how it works. So many myths around the brain, and it's kind of hard to differentiate now between what is the myth of the brain versus the reality. Like it used to be, like the myth was you only use 10% of your brain or something like that. We know that that's not true now, right? You use all of it. It's just that you're using certain parts of it at any given moment, right? Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Lydia, you've been quiet. what's your major?
My major is nursing, and I'm in the area nursing program right now, and this is the summer vacation. So I need to improve my English writing, and I enroll your class.
Okay.
Besides that, I still enroll the chemistry. Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing chemistry and this class?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you start your chemistry class yet?
Yeah, this is the first day, but yeah, a lot of homework.
Is it introduction to chemistry or?
Yeah, introduction, because I'm not good at chemistry. So I want to be the basic one, and step by step. So I enrolled the introduction and want to be understand better because it helps me a lot about my nursing, especially the pharmacology or medication. Yeah.
Okay. I've heard organic chemistry is kind of tough.
And and it's so weird because I still have no idea about how to do the lab and about the chemistry during this period. So still don't know. I have no idea. Everything is very, very new to me.
Who's your instructor?
Chimama, Professor, Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Chimama.
Yeah, Chimama, yeah.
And maybe I will leave early and I need to go to the school bookstore to purchase the books.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later. I actually got a question.
Sure.
About the syllabus. I came late, so I don't know if you've answered it already. But it's the annotations one syllabus thing. It's about uploading some annotations or something like that. It's due June 12th. I was gonna ask, what annotations, like from the syllabus? Like, are we annotating the syllabus or something?
Yeah, so I really want to get you in the habit of when you read something, you're taking notes as you read. Because passive reading, like when you just read something and just take it in passively, you're a lot less likely to remember it.
Right.
Versus if you have a text and you sort of pre-read it, looking for the headings and trying to predict what the text is going to be about. And then you also actively read it by writing notes, summarizing, asking questions, interacting with the text, reacting to what you're reading, agreeing or disagreeing with the assertions that are being made, all that kind of stuff, you're much more likely to remember it. And then if you do that and then you also reflect back on what you just read and took notes on, it really does help to retain that information.
Right. So all we're doing for that assignment when it says upload your first set of annotations is we're just annotating the syllabus and uploading that?
So if you click on the assignment for annotations 1, it will give a list of the things that you're annotating. So it's the syllabus.
Right.
Yeah, the logic models and then Socrates.
Okay. So we're finding those titles, sections on the syllabus and we're annotating those right there.
No, so it's the syllabus itself. The logic model reading is in Canvas. And so is the Socrates reading.
Okay.
Okay. So all three of those texts should be annotated.
Right. Okay. I get what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to go to Canvas real quick so we can see what I'm talking about?
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Okay. So yeah, every time we have an annotations set due, it'll have the things that you're annotating. So syllabus, logic models, and then Socrates and Socratic method. And then if we go back up here, syllabus, so you're annotating that, logic models. If you click on that, it takes you to this page with the different logic models. So inductive, deductive, and Toulmin model. So you're going to be reading those and annotating as you go along with that. And then Socrates' life and Socratic method. You'll be reading this and annotating this.
Okay.
Pretty quick. These readings aren't as sort of dense as the other ones that might be coming up, but they are important to set up Plato, especially. And of course, the syllabus is important just for the class overall. But
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I have just one last question.
sure.
It's the discussion board, the brainstorm for essay number 1.
Mhm.
Is that based off our 1-page write-up?
No, essay 1 is based on the essay 1 prompt.
Where would I find that?
Let's go back. The essay 1 prompt is going to be in the syllabus. So I'm just going to go to our syllabus. So this is the website syllabus. Just go to more and then essay prompts. And then here's essay 1. This is the essay 1 prompt. And then we have essay 2, the midterm, and then essay 3. Okay.
So we would just be focusing on essay 1.
For now, yeah.
Cool.
Are you able to see this okay?
Yeah, it's working perfect. I can see it.
Awesome.
Alrighty then. Well, that's all my questions for the Zoom call for me.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna be heading out. It was cool seeing. Well, is this the full class or is this just the half?
So far, this is just the people who have showed up to the advice hour so far.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool meeting you guys all. Probably will we have another Zoom meeting soon, to come?
On Wednesday, yeah. So Wednesday,
Awesome.
1 to 3, and then Friday it will be, I think it's noon to 1, something like that.
All right, then. Well, I'll see you guys Wednesday. Thank you.
All right. Have a good
You
day.
guys have a good day. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to head out also to get my assignments done for today.
Okay, Noor. Good to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Jasmine. I just wanted you to know we see you there. So
Oh, hello.
how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing well?
Good.
Yeah. The wind looks like it's finally dying out there. That's good, huh?
Yeah, just a little. It's better than it was this morning.
Yeah, it was really windy.
So still have file today.
Oh, yeah? Is there?
Today is supposed to have file because the wind is strangely today.
Oh, no. Yeah, I've seen that there are some fires in some places, but I don't know if they've spread or if they were contained or what, but it's definitely fire season.
So Professor, we need a meeting every day and every single day at this time?
No, so Mondays and Wednesdays, I'll be having advice hours from 1 to 3.
Okay.
And then let me check the Friday advice hours. I just want to double check.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Fridays are from 2 to 3. So,
Okay.
So yeah, so we'll have regular advice hours. So if you have any questions, you know when I'm available.
Okay.
We could talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Jasmine, do you have any questions so far?
No, not right now. I just came to check in to see like
Okay.
everybody else's questions and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay for now. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
My little kids a little before I need to take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm over like this, sleeping.
Oh yeah. In his tricycle or stroller. Oh. Cool haircut.
Okay, see you Wednesday.
All right. Charlene.
Thank you.
No
Nice
problem.
to meet you. Nice to meet you, Professor.
Meet you too.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll head out also.
Okay. Well,
This sounds it for a little bit.
yeah, if you have any questions later on or anything you want to talk about, let me know.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Nice meeting you. Have a nice day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So I'm curious, Caitlin, for the creative writing class, are you also reading anything?
We're gonna read a few things that I saw, but he hasn't unlocked it, so we can't say exactly what we have to read yet.
Okay, yeah. Just kind of wants to pace you, right?
Mm.
That's yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, it just like the only thing he has unlocked is like introduction type stuff.
Yeah, take it slow. It's good.
Mhm.
What kinds of things do you like to write?
I really like kind of like fantasy, sci-fi, adventure type stuff.
All right.
Hmm.
So a lot like Percy Jackson
Yeah,
stuff. Okay.
I love a lot of mythology stuff.
All right. Have you taken a mythology class yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna take one next spring. Yeah.
And is that going to be with Williams?
I'm not sure. I actually think it might still be with Jones for mythology.
Okay, yeah, because I know they kind of switch back and forth usually with that class.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a minimum that we have to write for the annotations, or just whatever we?
So as long as I can tell that you are engaging with the reading, that's what I'm looking for. Like if there's gaps, like big gaps in between the last time you took so sort of annotation to the next one, like if I notice that there's like a 20-page gap in the last time you commented on the reading, I'll make note of that. And tell you, okay, well, what about, this like whole chapter that's missing or something, this whole section that's missing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professor,
Yeah.
I only found my picture when I was child. Only one picture with my parents. Is it okay?
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like a 32 years old years ago, and this parents, I'm come from China. This parents, the economy is very poor in my family, so I didn't take a picture a lot. So I just found one.
That's fine. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find them.
Yes.
Yeah. The one that
Yes.
I included took me a while to dig up, so
Yeah.
I had to ask my mom, "Hey, do you have any pictures of me when I was a kid?" So
Yes. Yeah. Not like this period of time. My kids is take a picture every single
no.
day.
Yeah, hundreds of pictures on your phone in a given day.
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. I go to read my discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I look forward to reading your discussion board. Caitlin, did you get to do the discussion board yet?
Not yet. I was gonna do it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Professor, I have a question. How can I take the picture in the phone? Like, it couldn't like place in. Need some make some link?
So there's a couple ways you can do it.
Yeah.
One is to copy and paste it into the discussion board. If that doesn't work, then you can attach it. Just click on the. You want me to show you?
Yeah.
I'll go to Canvas real quick.
Couldn't place it.
Yeah, let me show you real quick. So if you go to discussion board, and there's me. So I copied and pasted mine in, but let's say I'm just going to do this real quick. Go to reply. That's how you're going to start this.
Yes.
You can add a photo by embedding it like I did, or you can attach it. If you just click on the attach,
okay,
choose file, and then you go to wherever you saved it in your computer.
Oh, okay.
You can do it that way. Either way is fine.
Okay.
The advantage to doing it this way is everybody sees it right away.
Yeah, this way I couldn't do the successful, so let's do the second. Okay, I got it. Do the second way. Thank you.
No problem.
Is there a certain amount of pages for the proposal we have to write?
So typically the proposals will be between 2 and 3 pages. As long as you're answering the 3 questions that I have you answer. So what you're writing with a working thesis, why you're writing it, and then how you plan to organize that paper. If you look at the sample proposal, I think it's just under 3 pages.
Where's the sample proposal at?
So the sample proposal is in Canvas. It's one of the readings before you turn in the proposal. Let me see. I'll just share my screen with you real quick. So the sample proposal is right here in the 10th item, right after the quiz. And so if you click on this little icon, it'll pull up the sample proposal within the page. I even annotate it for clarity. So yeah, this is the what of what the person's writing, and then the working thesis, and then the why or the purpose for the writing. This usually is the shortest portion of the proposal. And then the longest part usually is the how. So how you plan to organize the paper. It's a little bit longer. And this is, I think, yeah, just short of 3 pages. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the proposals are really particular to the class I teach. So, you know, not everybody knows how to write them because it's, you know, specific to this class. So, a lot of instructors have you do outlines, which I think are fine. I just want to get a little bit more detail. So, the hardest part, I think, about writing an essay sometimes is just starting it, and the proposal gets you started. So at least that's how it's designed.
Yeah. I always have like a little bit trouble getting it started, and then once I get it started, it just like flows out, which is fine. It's just like the beginning part.
Yeah, yeah. Hardest part to writing is just starting it.
I'm usually like better like more in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a student one time who, when I was tutoring at an after-school program, she just would always drag her feet in terms of writing a paper, and I knew she had to write an essay on the Vietnam War, and I told her just get started and write something. And because the blank document is like your worst enemy as a writer. So I just kept talking to her, like, just write something, just write something. So she writes on her Word document something. I'm like, okay. So I responded to that. I annotated it, and I go, she walked away. I annotated it. I said, okay, this is a start, but what do you want to tell the reader? Right? So she responded to my question, I want to tell the reader about the Vietnam War. And then we kind of started this dialogue. We did this for a few days of this back and forth where she would get up and walk away, and then I would come back and respond. And she finally, by the end of the week, when she had to turn that paper in, she had a whole fully formed 5-paragraph essay written. And it just started from writing something on her paper. So getting started, best thing. Of course, we're going to be writing more than 5-paragraph essays, right? So it's a little more sophisticated than that. But yeah, just getting something down on paper or screen, as it were, is very important.
Yeah. Normally I'll like write random things, and it'll be kind of like puzzle pieces, and I end up just like weaving them together at the end.
That's a cool way to do it. Yeah. I know a lot of people like to start with the conclusion too. And because they know where they're going to end up, so they kind of work backwards and reverse engineer it, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I can't like do these marathon sessions of writing though. Like I'd have to take breaks. Like some people can just sit at a computer and write for like hours. I can't do that.
I do that pretty often, actually.
You do? Okay. So you like to do those very long marathon sessions of writing?
Yeah, I love writing, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I really like to do essays too, which a lot of people think is weird. So anytime I have like an essay, I'm like, yes. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, I was always that weird kid in the English class. I'm like, oh, this sounds cool. I'm gonna start writing this right now. And my friends are like, what do you? Let's go play. I'm like, no, this sounds like fun. You know, so like in high school when you have like vocabulary lists and stuff like that, I would always take a challenge of doing the vocabulary and trying to figure out ways that I can incorporate like 2 or 3 words in the same sentence. You know, my
Yeah.
my teacher was always like, "This is cool. It's really creative." But you know, my friends were like, "Gosh, you're a nerd." Like,
Yeah, it was.
meh.
Yeah, I had a teacher, and like every morning we would all like put random words on a board, like 5 to 10, and we'd have to write like 100 word paper on it.
Ooh.
And then after like maybe like 5 or 7 of us would have to read it in the front,
Oh, cool.
and it was like the best part of the day for me. I was super excited with it. And then I remember after that, because like the first time I read, she was like really impressed with what I wrote.
Hmm.
Then I realized like I want to be a writer. That's what I want to do.
Nice. Ah, you gotta love those really good, you know, English high school teachers. Teaching high school is tough, uh, and so I know I really appreciated my English teachers in high school. So I look forward to reading your paper if you really like it. All right, so
Yeah, I really enjoy writing essays, but at the same time, I'm kind of like every time I submit it, I'm like worried it's not like perfected enough.
no, is there any such thing as a perfect essay?
No, but
Yeah. One of my favorite professors at Cal State Fullerton would always say, you know, that papers are never finished, just abandoned. Kind of like that. Kind of true.
yeah.
Always something you can tinker with, you know. So, what is it about mythology that you like?
Um, I don't know. I kind of like because like a lot of mythologies kind of like reflect off each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're kind of like mirroring each other. Like
Yeah.
you know, like how Aphrodite has like Venus and Roman Greek. They're like pretty much the same person with slight differences. I think that's pretty cool because like it's kind of like doppelgangers, I guess, in like real life. And then all of them, they kind of have like morals to the stories. They're just like kind of just like bizarre things that you like how people like thought that stuff up. Or like even a time where like they worship them.
Right.
I just think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our first readings deal with, you know, Socrates and Plato. Socrates never wrote anything down, but Plato certainly did, and you know, during his time, he was very familiar with, you know, the Greek gods, and I'm sure he refers to them quite often. So
yeah,
it isn't clear whether he believed in them or not, but I kind of don't think so. But
Do you teach any more classes besides 1B?
Yeah, so just last semester I taught the second half of World Lit. So the semester before that, so in the fall, I taught the first half of World Lit. So the ancients all the way till about 1650s or so. And then the second half is about 1650s to present. So yeah, it's always fun to teach lit too. Uh, we always start in the first section. We start with Gilgamesh and the Enuma Elish, and then kind of work our way forward in time. Kind of trying to skip around from place to place in the world. It's really fun to teach.
Yeah, I'm taking the first part next semester. So I'm like a little bit nervous because I haven't taken a class like that in a while.
Do you know who's teaching it?
Williams.
All right, nice, yeah. He's a great instructor. Yeah, I don't think you have anything to worry about. It's going to be a fun class. I mean, if you like to read and write,
Oh yeah.
It'll be fun for you.
Yeah, and like I'm taking a lot of classes next semester, and a lot of them are gonna have with reading and writing. So I'm a little bit nervous because it's gonna be like a lot.
Yeah.
And then like especially in summer because I'm taking this class and another English class, so it's like about 2 months. I'm already gonna be doing a lot of writing, but it's like experience.
Yeah, and if you like it, if it's something you're interested in, then it's going to be fun. I mean, the readings that we do in this class are not easy by any means, but they're really interesting once you get the hang of them. You get what they're saying. It's really cool. So, yeah, if you like mythology, I think there's a lot of stuff here that's kind of tied to that vein. I think of like what are we supposed to be doing as humans, right? Like that kind of stuff it's really interesting. So
yeah.
Do you know if Williams is starting with Gilgamesh with the 80? What would that be? 70A class?
Wait, what do you mean?
So is he starting with Gilgamesh?
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten anything from him.
Okay. Oh yeah, I mean it's really early, right? So
yeah,
I would imagine a lot of times we like to start with that epic and then move forward from there. I mean that it's the first known written epic, so it's kind of important. Written around 4500 BC or so. It's old, written in cuneiform, like yeah. So, are you watching anything recently that's interesting?
On like TV?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've just been rewatching Criminal Minds.
Oh, okay. Is that a good show?
In my opinion, it's like one of the best shows, but
All right.
yeah.
Maybe I'll check it out. Is it on Netflix at all, or?
Yeah, all of the seasons are on Netflix. Um, I know they just ended the series. I don't know if they put the last season on yet though,
Oh, okay.
but there's quite a few seasons.
All right. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Not like I have a whole lot of time to to watch TV lately, but
Yeah.
every once
I
in a while.
don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the semester started, right?
Yeah. I have like a little break, and then I am typically like a busy person, but with the whole quarantine, I haven't been working. But then school was done, so I had like absolutely nothing to do, which is like the first time in a while, and I was like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah. So what do you do for work?
I worked in retail at a store called Daiso.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love that place. There's some really interesting stuff there.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Like I remember my wife got it's like this like snail mask, like facial mask or something like that. Like
Oh yeah.
supposed to be like snail slime or something. I'm like, that's interesting. Good for your skin.
Are there any books you think an English major like has to read?
Oh, so yes. Any mythology like you're talking about, like Ovid's Metamorphosis, I think is a must. Shakespeare clearly read it. His most the most famous work of his was Venus and Adonis. It wasn't a play; it was a poem written for the Earl of Southampton, his patron, and it was so popular because a lot of people in grammar school were meant to read Ovid's Metamorphosis. So it really spoofs on that telling of Venus and Adonis. He makes it his own for sure. It's really funny. The Bible as literature, I think, is really important to know those stories because there's so many different allusions to it, especially in the Western canon, that you just kind of can't avoid reading it. But I think also the Upanishads, the Vedas, all the sort of Buddhist and Hindu texts are really important too. Because they're referred to quite a lot too, especially recently in a lot of literature. Let's see. Other than that, though, I think like just all the American and European greats, right? So like Melville, Dickens, Hemingway, Gertrude Stein, Virginia Woolf, all the tried and true, folks. John Donne, in terms of poetry, I think is really excellent. He gets a little too religious for me sometimes, but he's got some good stuff. Christopher Marlowe, contemporary Shakespeare's, his plays are really good. Ben Jonson, another contemporary Shakespeare, is really good. Let's see. Depending on where in the world you want to go, Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart is an excellent book. Kind of counters that religiosity, I think, very well. Let's see. There's so many, so many things I think that people should read. It's tough to narrow it down to like a top 10 or something, but it just depends on what your interests are.
For the most part, like in my life, I've been mostly sticking to like fantasy, sci-fi type stuff, but I want to like broaden my.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fantasy. So have you read the Lord of the Rings books?
That I don't think I have.
Okay. Tolkien's good. I mean, so he's also in that sort of Christian vein of writing, but his is not so like heavy-handed allegorically like C.S. Lewis's stuff. Tolkien was much more interested in sort of the human condition and not allegory, but what he calls applicability. That it's not necessarily a one-to-one relationship, but just something that can be applied throughout human history because it's just so human. So I don't know if you've seen the movies, the Lord of the Rings movies.
I started to when I was little. I don't think I ever finished them though.
So you know the ring that Frodo puts on and makes him disappear?
Yeah.
That's taken straight from Plato. Plato did a thought experiment in, I think it was the Republic, where he said if you were to give somebody a ring that would make them disappear and they couldn't be seen, that person would do whatever they wanted to do. There would be no reining oneself in terms of any laws or anything, because the only reason we obey laws is because there are consequences. And so if no one can see you, then, and you can avoid those consequences, you're going to do whatever you want. So Tolkien takes up that idea, but gives that ring a little bit more power in terms of being able to rule everybody with it, right? And so his whole thing is the timeliness or the timelessness of power, and the fact, the absolute fact, as Lord Acton would say, that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So I think reading Tolkien is a good idea for just getting a really good understanding of how power has worked historically. Another thing in the Lord of the Rings that's really interesting is the tower that Sauron's eye sits on. He can kind of see all over the place because of that tower. And that's basically echoing Foucault's idea of the panopticon, that we obey laws again because there is this idea of a panoptic eye that can see all over the place, and only because of that we obey the laws, right? Because again, there's consequence if that eye sees you, right? So law enforcement might not necessarily be on the freeway next to you, but you obey the law because they could. There's a possibility there that they could see you speeding 100 miles an hour on the freeway or something, right? Foucault sort of extends that to lots of other things. Like during his time, sexuality especially was a big thing. He happened to be a gay man in France at a time when being a gay man in France was not good. He was oppressed from that. So social customs, social norms, stuff like that. He's also talking about power and how it operates in terms of the majority sort of lording over or oppressing the minority population. So Foucault would be a great one to read too. His history of sexuality is really good. There's also Discipline and Punish is another good one from him. And are you an English major?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're an English major, I think Foucault is a great one to read because of the applicability of his theory to literature, especially with the idea of the panoptic eye. Yeah. Yeah, but if you like sci-fi, Tolkien's really good.
I'm adding them all to my list right now.
No. Well, I guess he'd be more fantasy than sci-fi. Well, the whole idea with Tolkien writing the Lord of the Rings series was he wanted to create a purely English mythology.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would say, well, what about Arthur? But Arthur was actually Welsh. It was created by the people, the Anglo-Saxons living in Wales. The Celtic tribes living in Wales that mythologized this king that would destroy the Anglo-Saxons and send them leaving from England, giving the Celts back their land. But it was kind of co-opted into being English, which, hey, smart Anglo-Saxons just appropriated that to mean them, right? So yeah, I think reading the Arthurian legends are really good. It's a good idea too. There's lots. Excuse me. There's lots of really good ones that take up the Arthur mythology. William Langland's version is really good. Let's see, Thomas Mallory's The Morte d'Arthur is very good. Yeah, Roman de Brut, I think, was Langland, but if I remember correctly, let me see. I'm gonna double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Oh, sorry, Wace. That was Wace. Geoffrey Monmouth is another good one, though. His Latin history of kings of Britain is really good. Yeah. As I was going through Cal State Fullerton, I came across a class called Medieval Literature, and I thought, why not? Let's try it. And I ended up falling in love with the medieval period. It's really interesting stuff. All the way from Beowulf to Arthurian times. It's really, or Arthurian mythology. It's really quite fascinating stuff. Chaucer, have you read the Canterbury Tales?
The what?
Have you read the Canterbury Tales?
I don't think so.
Another suggestion. If you're taking 70A, I don't think you're escaping that class without reading the Canterbury Tales. So. So what have you read that you feel English instructors should read?
Honestly, most of my books are from when I was younger, so they're pretty like kiddish books still.
Not a bad thing.
I forget what it's called. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's like one of these, Inkheart.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of these? It's a 3-book series, the trilogy.
All right. Is that also in the vein of fantasy?
Yeah, it's about like he's like a dad and a daughter. If they read out loud, it kind of like makes the story come alive.
Oh wow.
But if like someone like a character from the book comes out, someone gets pulled into the story.
Oh, cool.
There was like he didn't know he had the gift until he read to his daughter when she was young, and her mom ended up going to the store, so he's been trying to find a way to get her out. It's kind of like a reader's fantasy. You can like bring out the story into like the real world.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's another sort of literalizing of the metaphor, right? Like you're literally pulled into the reading, right?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I remember I saw the movie when I was little, and then I realized it was based off a book, and I got super excited about it. I was like, I'm reading the book now.
So wait, so there's a movie about that?
Yeah, it's called Inkheart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like to watch the movies first, though. I really like to read the book first.
Yeah, typically I like to read it first,
Yeah.
but I didn't know there was a book, and because like it was kind of like a childhood movie that I used to watch, and then when I got older, I found out it was based off a book. But for the most part, I usually read the books first, and then get mad at the movie because it's not right.
It never is. It never is.
Yeah.
Like when I read the Lord of the Rings trilogy before they made the movies, yeah, there's certain things that they have. You can't keep everything because those books are really thick, and if they did it just like the book, it would just take forever. So audiences aren't going to sit for a 6-hour movie. So.
True fans, for like the real hard fans of the books, probably will like. I prefer the long, like really lengthy movies or something.
Yeah.
Even if they turn into like a TV show and just had like every chapter per episode.
Well, no, that could be done, I think, especially because TV shows now have that advantage over movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if everybody wants to sit around for the Tom Bombadil parts of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's cool. It's just not as interesting as the rest of the book. So. Well, Caitlin, it was good chatting with you.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. So I'll be holding office hours again on Wednesday from 1 to 3. So we can talk then too if you'd like. Let me know how things are going with the class. We can also chat more about books if you'd like. I had fun doing that. So, Xiaoling, are you there?
Yeah. I still
Okay.
here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday then, okay?
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Caitlin.
Thank you for the recommendations. See ya.
No problem. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.
See ya.